again, Millennial Morticians. Happy Wednesday morning. Thank you so much for joining me for another episode of this incredible podcast. This is the second episode of the new year. I got a lot of great feedback from the first one, and I hope it poured into you that week. I hope you're ready with your notepads to get into today's episode and what we're going to talk about. I got the title for today's episode, well, in a funny and interesting way. I was getting ready to pump my gas in my car. You know, it's getting cold outside here in Virginia. And I noticed something that I usually never let happen on my car. I usually always keep my gas tank on full. But this particular week, I was running a lot of errands. I was really busy. And so my gas tank was half full. And it made me think, sort of like in life, a lot of us, although we're half full, we're not operating in a worse way. We're just operating with less in our tank than usual. But if you started us up, we could still run. So the title of today's episode is Operating Half Full. Operating Half Full. And I got this title because I noticed in my head that the car was still going to run regardless because I still had gas in the vehicle. I just didn't have a full tank. And it's something about being more secure, knowing that you have the energy, you have the drive, you have the momentum, you have the full tank that you need to get the job done. It makes a difference. It makes an impact on how you move in life. And so I found that when we recharge ourselves, when we redirect ourselves, when we put ourselves around the right people in the right places at the right time, that it allows us to operate at our maximum capacity. See, the problem with operating half full is we sometimes as people forget that things can happen throughout the day. What if I got caught up on 2 more funerals? What if I had to drive to 3 other places? Now my tank has less room to work with because I started off operating at half of my capacity. And what I found is when people maximize what they have inside of them or in their gas tank, you can get a lot more out of them because they're ready and prepared for the good, the bad, and the ugly. And the reality of it is, in funeral services, there's a lot of things that we do, there's a lot of ways that we operate that take a lot out of us each and every day, mentally, physically, emotionally, and we're drained and we're tired. And some of us can show it, and some of us can cover it up real good, and you never know how tired we were, and you never know that we met with 4 families and embalmed 3 bodies and did this and did that and did this. Some people are just better at covering it up. But I want to encourage you all to make sure you love on yourself as well, and you take care of yourself, and you give yourself time to recharge. It's so important. It's overlooked, honestly. But you'll feel much better being used to being full than being empty or half full all the time. Being half full it's okay. It's not your optimal state of energy. It's not your optimal state of running and doing the things that you have to do. But when you're full, it's like a flip switches in your mind because you know that you have what it takes to get you through the day. And so in funeral services, we need to do better at optimizing ourselves and optimizing our energy and working more smart and working more efficient, which is why I feel like things like technology and innovation and things of that nature, they're making such huge changes, such huge leaps and bounds and endeavors within our industry because we have to. We're ready to optimize. People were tired of running half tank. And one of the people who were tired of running half tank in our industry was the sponsor of today's video, Faveo Memorial Live Streaming. Check them out, faveo.org. And that's if you want funeral service streaming simplified. People like them, they really wanted to push the boundaries, push the limit, take some of that empty fuel that COVID took out of us from live streaming and take that burden on, and they're changing the lives every day of the families they serve. And so when I think about people operating and filling their tank and doing that, I think funeral services, we need more people in our industry who are fillers and not takers. We're constantly giving, we're constantly doing. We need things that are created specifically for the funeral director, specifically for the funeral homeowner, specifically for the embalmer, to be able to maximize their capacity in the workforce, in the workplace, in their life, in their and their fun time, and in the funeral home, maybe even if that's where you live, because some of us still live in our funeral home, and that's okay. So this week, I really want you to get out of the mindset of operating half full. I want you to operate at maximum capacity. So do whatever it takes this week. Loosen yourself up. Really start to think about what's taking so much out of you, and find some things that can put some life in you and some length in you. Because what you notice is, and what I notice is, when my car was full, I could drive a whole lot further than I could if the car only ran on half full tank. So that's the title of today's episode, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it changed your perspective, it changed your life, and I hope it kind of gave you more life for this year, because a lot of you are ahead, and you don't want to start the year off not maximizing what's inside of you. Well, guys, you know how we end it. I'm your host, Jaden Folks. This is the Millennial Mortician Podcast, a podcast that engraves, and I hope it engraved you this week. I love you guys. Stay strong. Continue to do great things in the year. Continue to contact me, which some of you all have, and I've been able to message you and get back. And make sure you check us out at all platforms: YouTube, Apple Podcast, Spotify. We're everywhere, guys. Wherever you can find us. Love you guys. Peace, and have a great week.